Lion Man defeats the Balrog! Free the Titan!
Go for the tunnel.
Take over Valley!
No way.
Excuse me, Peppers.
Give me your money.
Excuse me, Peppers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pinballers from around the world, welcome to the Colorado Pinball Collective. It is exclamation point Friday, August 14th, 2020, and I'm coming at you live from 5,280 feet above sea level here in the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we play again Pat Lawler's greatest accomplishment in the history of all pinball, the Twilight Zone. We are going to be unlocking the key to imagination. Oh yes. Unlocking the door with the key of imagination. Checking in. We got a CBJ fan. We got a Corona here. Well, happy Saturday to you. We got Big Tex here. Mariano's here. Time Machine's here. Time Machine saying that Pat Lawler's greatest accomplishment was no good Gophers. I might buy into that if the code had been completed. You know, I don't know if you guys have played Gophers, but it's kind of weird, and it's it needed a little bit. It needs a little bit more. But how the hell are you guys doing? Happy Friday. How was your week? My week was great. I am so glad that it's the weekend, though. As always, drinking some beer. Great Divide. It's all I drink apparently now. Great Divide, and we got goals. Trying to get into the zone, both that and Power Mania. I think I said Powerball Jackpots, or is it called Powerball Mania Jackpots? Anyways, you guys know what I'm trying to do. You turned 34. Well, happy everyone in chat. Wish Mariano a happy birthday. Happy birthday, my man. And be happy for CBJ. I do believe the Blue Jackets won their game yesterday. Oh, you turned 34 on Wednesday. Well, awesome. So yeah, but we got new talking points. Snow said 3 hours of streaming is too much for her, so she will be joining us later. I don't know if she's ordered it yet, but we're ordering red ginger for dinner, so no pizza for us tonight. It will be the fanciest Japanese takeout you can get. I'm getting sushi. That's right. And it's CBJ's fans' birthdays. Birthday? Wow. Well, happy birthday to you, CBJ fan. We here at Colorado Pinball do not have, like the Olive Garden has the birthday song. We do not have a birthday song. Maybe Snow and I can brainstorm that, and we'll figure out some way. We'll come by and clap and sing a song, parody of something. But I am doing great. Yeah, it was an interesting week of work. Getting pulled in a lot of directions, a lot of people asking for a lot of stuff, and they're like, "Oh, this is now the most important thing in the world." I don't know if you guys ever how many of you guys work in IT, but everything becomes the most important issues once it gets to the attention of people high enough up, and I was dealing with that. So, but I'm done. My weekend plans: mow the yard in front. I need to do that. Anything else really? I don't know. I don't really have any big plans for the weekend. You guys let me know what your big weekend plans are. But are you ready to pinball? Let's do it. Let's unlock some doors with the keys to imagination. Glad to have you guys with us as always. So, Snow took a little look at the flippers to see if we could make them a little better. Without a complete rebuild, I think we're kind of stuck with what we have. The scoop is still the scoop of death, if you remember the last time we streamed this. And that scoop, the slot machine scoop, which is a very important scoop in this game. Like 70% of the feeds of this game are coming out of that scoop. Boom. That is a good start. Nailing the player piano on the first shot. All right, there's 2 doors down. Almost as good as 3 doors down. Wasn't that the band 3 Doors Down? And they sang songs, and I can't remember what they were. They weren't the 3 a.m. people, were they? 3 Doors Down? I said, "Mary, kryptonite." Ah! I knew it was some overly played 90s music. If I go crazy, then well, you should call me Superman. I think during the 90s, I probably heard that song on the radio 1 billion times. I'm not exaggerating. 3 a.m. is Matchbox 20. Okay, yes. I remember Matchbox 20, of course. They also did Slide. I guess our first talking point is the most overplayed 90s alt-rock song. X is here, welcome. Let us know your favorite overplayed 90s alt-rock song. I always remember the summer '98. It was there was a song by Fastball called "The Way." I don't know if you remember that song. What a one-hit wonder of a song that was. Black Hole Sun, yeah, Black Hole Sun played a whole bunch. Ready for some TZ? Well, hey, I hope you brought your key of imagination. So, but yeah, we were really into that Fastball song. I don't know why. But we were a big fan. Lord Howard Hertz is here. Glad to have you with us, Mark. Oh, hi. Is that what it's about? I always thought it was about, like, kids. But I never really thought about it too much, so... I remember like songs of the summer being a big deal growing up, and now I don't even listen to music, modern music. They're all mumble rappers and Snapchatters. Oh, I gotta relight the jackpot here in the camera. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. They made up their mind. Oh, losing them both at the same time. Or what was that one band where it's like, what was their name that we could? I know. I was gonna say 90, dude. The 90s music was really good. I mean, I know I'm a boomer and all, but I'm trying to. Oh wait, Powerball. We can't live beside the ocean. Leave it far behind. Swim out past the breakers. I don't remember who that song was, but they played that one an awful, awful lot. Longview by Green Day. Yeah, no, Longview by Green Day was an excellent tune. I think I've talked about it on stream before. That was one of the few songs in life that blew my mind the first time I heard it. I was like, I didn't know you could do this with music. I was like 12 years old, and I was just like... Oh! Damn it. So we're in Powerball Mania, are we still? No. Oh well. Or Live. Live was a really big one. I remember they played that an awful lot. Wait, there was a ball stuck somewhere? Or it was holding it on a magnet? Or Goo Goo Dolls? Come on. Who never went to a Goo Goo Dolls concert? Oh, so many chances here, and I'm blowing it. Good God, Lemon. All right, well, we had a lot of Powerball opportunities there. We did not succeed. I know. Where was that other ball? Was it stuck on a magnet? Did I, like, hit it up the side ramp and it was just holding it there for me until I got it into the power? Anything by Smash Mouth and Chumbawamba is garbage. All right, all right. Speaking of which, do you mean Garbage the band? Another great 90s one.
I'm checking in.
Checking in. We got a checking inner. We got some more poultry to the stream. Welcome, Icicle. How you been? Glad to have you with us. Hope everything is staying good in Icicle Land. You're staying frozen. Ooh, I Would Walk 500 Miles, another good one. That was from the summer of 94. I remember that directly. That's when Longview came out, and Stone Temple Pilots Plush was on MTV like every other thing. And I think that was the same time as like Zombie and the What's Going On song. Who doesn't know the What's Going On song? Yeah, Plush. Yeah, that was a huge song that summer. That was really like my awakening summer where I came to by Four Non Blondes. The really depressing stuff about some of that guys is just like in the Four Non Blonde song, like I was like 13 or 14 when it first came out, and she was like 25 years and my life is still, and I was like 25, that's so old, and now I'm like 25, that's so young. They should be adjusting these songs to how old I am. So that song should be now like 55 years. But Family Games is here. Even more poultry. Yeah, Crash Test Dummies. Was that? That might have been earlier. I think that was earlier. Family Games, let us know your favorite overplayed, well, not necessarily overhyped, but just overly played 90s alt-rock tune. And why it's Buddy Holly. You know, Weezer's still going to this day making new music. Blind Melon, yeah, Blind Melon was that same summer because the B video. It was like B video into STP, into Four Non Blondes. Yeah, Sweater Song. I don't know when the Sweater Song came out. I feel like that was a little later. Then there was this Canadian band that had a song. What was their name? Oh my god. Maybe you guys know. Ace of Base, the Cardigans. Nice. Look at this. Green Jello. They had a song, I think it was called like Starseed was one of their songs. And then they had another song, Superman's Dead, which is not to be confused with Kryptonite. It was I think, a 9. And then there was the song about the vampires. God, what was that band's name? All right, we've got a lot of doors here, so let's try to get some more doors. God, the Blues Traveler. Yep. Tiltina had a crush on Matchbox 20. Dude. Was it Rob Thomas? He's an attractive man. Blink 182. I mean, if I look like the guy from Matchbox 20, we'd have a lot more viewers. I'll tell you that much. And snow would never leave my side. With my steely blue eyes instead of my dull brown eyes. That's right. Yeah, most overplayed song or band, 90s. I don't know how we got into this, but it's happening. It's happening now. Okay, I gotta... Oh, okay. There's the Spiral Award, always good. I was actually just thinking about you, Tiltina, because in this game, the little girl who gives you your extra ball is talking Tina, I believe. I'm talking Tina. So, Limp Bizkit. Oh my God, yeah. Never forget Limp Bizkit's cover of the song Faith, I believe. And we're like missing out on all the rap too, right? Like with Biggie and Tupac and stuff. But... Right, yeah. They did play Smells Like Teen Spirit an awful lot. Or some jagged little pill. Somebody look it up on Wikipedia right now. Like, that Alanis Morissette album sold so many copies. It's, like, ridiculous. Yeah, Wu-Tang. I would say NWA was more 80s. Bare Naked Ladies, yeah. Then there was that little bit in the 90s where it became all swing music with the Zoot Suit Riot. Yeah, millions and millions of Jagged Little Pills. I remember when that first song came out, which is true. It's about Joey, the Cut It Out guy. Like, they were playing it on the hard rock station. I guess they hadn't listened to the rest of the album. Oh, my God. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? Powerball? I would like the Powerball. Oh, God. Such good first balls, and then to end like that. My mind's not focused on pinball. I'm trying to remember 90s. Smashing Pumpkins. Look at there's Pez in the chat. Shout out to you, Pez. Yeah, Time of Your Life. That was was that the 90s? I don't know. I know that like every high school class had a high school class song, and when that song was big, that's what it was. Our high school class song was actually REM, It's the End of the World as We Know It. I do like Green Day as well. Like, Long View's really good. Their stuff even before they got big is pretty crazy. There's Z-Mac. Maybe Z-Mac can tell us what the kids are listening to this summer. More poultry in the flock. Glad to have you with us. Right, yeah, I'm pretty sure, ICP is from Michigan, right? Post Malone, is that what people are listening to? Oh, dude, Sugar Ray. Yeah, no, that's a big one. That was the summer of '98. Every morning when I wake up by the hand of hand. Where's CNK? Where I'm singing on stream again. I want him to compare me to, I'm saying someone else at like Pinball Podcast or some other stream was singing a bunch. I want to make sure that I'm still doing better than them. Or what was the other? I Just Wanna Fly. That was the other big one by Mr. Ray, Mr. Sugar Ray. RPM is the best Sugar Ray song ever. I don't know if I know that one. I don't know. Right? Can I get millennial copyright struck for just singing songs? Putting my own twist on them. Man. Look at the wealth of knowledge from our chat about 90s celebrities. Mark McGrath with his frosted tips. That's what I remember about that guy. Alright, we backhand that. Get our thing in. Let's try to get a piano. Ow. Well, that doesn't give me anything. Oh, it gets me a robot. Robots aren't so bad. There's worse things than getting robots in this game. Two hitchhikers to battle with power. There we go, into the piano. And I'm about to break! It's all about the he said. No one mentioned Offspring yet. Come on, guys. You gotta keep them separated. I was listening to Wild for Games and he said that, yes, strikes are happening for people quoting lyrics. Wow. What? The Butterfly song? Oh my. Well, luckily no one watches us, so we don't have to worry about something. There would have to be a robot. Oh my god. Oh my god, this scoop is brutal. We played the hell out of Offspring. Oh, Sublime. Sublime was big in my life growing up. Under the Bridge. Yeah, there's another one. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah. Pretty Fly for a White Guy. But the first one was Keep Them Separated, and then... What was that album called? I actually had that album. Yeah, dude, Red Hot Chili Peppers, what's his name? Anthony Kiedis. Like, he can sing, but he can only sing in a range of like 6 notes. And once you notice that he can only go in these like 6 notes, it's all you can hear. T-Kang, welcome. Osok, welcome. Oh, I'm assuming that's Australian Soak 75. Yeah, Flea does make up for it. Did you guys ever see the movie with Charlie Sheen and I think it was called The Chase. And it was like on Comedy Central all the time. And I think Flea and Anthony Kiedis, I think I'm saying that right, had cameos in it. Oh yeah, Faith No More, dude. If we start talking Faith No More, Snow might actually come out here and start hanging out. I feel like Can't Touch This was prior. Maybe it was right around the 90s. Was it 91? Wow. And then, you know, yeah, I'm like a little kid and all I heard was, you can't touch this. Oh, come on. Dave. And then, you know, I don't think I had heard Super Freak yet. And then later in life I heard Super Freak and the first thing I thought is like, they stole You Can't Touch This. And then you learn, you're like, oh, wait, no, that's not how it worked. What was it? The String Cheese Incident? Wasn't that a Colorado band? Toad the Wet Sprocket? Yeah. There's another one. Don't even mention Pearl Jam. They're kind of a big deal. Oh, you're glad to see it? You want to own this machine? We'll sell you Margot's. This isn't actually our machine. This is a fellow person in the Colorado pinball communities. We traded temporarily our Lord of the Rings for this game. I don't know when we're trading back, but make sure you have some strong people to help you move this game, because it is a heavy one. One of the heavier games out there. Maybe not Hobbit heavy, but it's up there. Fair trade. Yeah, I mean, it's not forever. We're going to trade it back, but I mean, that's like our Iron Man. We traded with ZMAC and Blizzard Mountain Pinball for they have our Walking Dead for like, we do like these 3 months exchanges. So. Rusted Root, I remember them. Yeah. Easter egg at 6-1, yeah. And chat's moving, so the Flowbots, there you go. Wow, Time Machine hates Pearl Jam. One of the first girls I had a crush on was a huge Pearl Jam fan, and Alive was her favorite song. And I was like trying to learn how to play it on the guitar, because I was like, dude, that'll win her heart. Yeah, I can't imagine actually having to move this game up like a narrow staircase, unless you have like one of those stair climber things. We put it on a dolly, and we only have to go up like 4 stairs to get into our house. That was more than enough for me. I heard that, yeah. And welcome. Good to hear. Yeah, Dean finally got his black AC/DC that I know that he had wanted. So Lucy is for sale if you're interested in Colorado. I don't know if you can still watch any of our VODs of us playing that. Dean is another person we trade games with over and over again. Well, I guess not over and over again. I guess we've only done it once. Wait, have we done it more than once? He had one, sold it for... Oh, okay. You live on the 3rd floor? Oh, no. Oh, no. Did you hear the game just said, oh, no? That was like a Pinbot, oh, no. That wasn't an oh, no from a Lawler game, was it? It sounded like she can speak.
I'm checking in.
Eric, welcome.
He's checking in.
Well, yeah, we've streamed with Dean. We've streamed Supreme and TMT there, and we streamed Avengers, but I think we've only traded games once, right? I'm doing well. How are you, Eric?
No, not our hot dog.
Sorry, guys. Chat's moving so fast. You start talking 90s music, and people are just super excited. Maybe we can figure out a way to get Congo into our house. We'll see what games we have. Oh, wait. You guys want me to hit the clock millions, I think is what I heard. See if I can do that. The funniest thing about this Keith Elwin thing is about how much Keith Elwin never thinks about me. Oh, my God. Yeah, no one had mentioned Dave Matthews yet. 24/7. Oh, my God. Yeah, Dave Matthews was so big. And people were so into Dave Matthews. I remember in college there was like this huge, like there was a 2-day concert and all these people were so excited. And the guy would do the little dance playing the fiddle. And I would jam on the guitars with this guy and he just, all he knew was Dave Matthews songs. And I was like, well, good for you guys. If you can get the Congo up the stairs. No! The thing... We're going to bring a backhoe out there, Dean, and just dig down and then make a ramp to get stuff out of your basement, I think. Yeah, Crash Into Me. I think that was the song this guy just kept playing on the guitar. And he couldn't do anything else on the guitar. He didn't know, like, any chords or anything. He was just like, dude, listen to this. And he just kept playing it over and over. Sadly, Eric, I think if I tried to fly to your country, they would not let me in. They would not. Oh, you do have a stair climber. Okay. Your stair climbers is named Rocky. Hootie. Yeah, Hootie was big. Hootie was big. I think grabbing another beer will increase my pinball skills here, guys. I'll be right back. Too bad Williams wasn't making music pins back in the 90s. We could have had a Hootie in the Blowfish pinball. Right, yeah. Can you mail me like a fake Aussie passport? That's what I want to see. Oh, Counting Crows. There you go. Oh my God, Beck? No one mentioned Beck yet? Come on, guys. Come on. Radiohead. We were talking about that summer in '94. Creep came out in that same summer. So it was Creep. Yeah, like Longview. That Four Non Blonde song. Yeah, that was the summer. I like the first Counting Crows album. Right there. Me and my buddy Tony Teeman, well, not actually Tony Teeman, but we would sit around listening to the Counting Crows live. Round here. I can play Mr. Jones on the guitar, by the way. Oh my God, I am just being terrible right now. Yeah, Cracker, what was that song they had? Oh my God. There was one song I really remember by Cracker. Yeah, Low. Yeah. Yep. That was it. That was it. Look at you guys. So knowledgeable. We actually had this urban legend about the breeders in my town growing up that if you ever sang the bass line to Cannonball, bad things would happen to you. So I'm always afraid to sing the bass line of that song. They were actually from Ohio, I believe. The Breeders. Helmet? Yeah. What? I'm remembering bands that I had forgot about. That was kind of cool. It popped up and it hit the rail. Blur, you know. The lead singer had a terrible voice. Of which, CBJ? Better than Ezra. Seeing Better Than Ezra reminds me of when Norm Macdonald hosted the Saturday Night Live, and he was like, for the second week in a row, the #1 band in the country is Better Than Ezra. The second highest band in the country, Ezra. Must be a Creed fan. Oh my god. The Verve. Onion. Yeah, I was a really big Smashing Pumpkins fan. I was a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan. Siamese Dream is a great freaking album. Z-Mac, if you're still out there and you have not listened to Siamese Dream, there's maybe one bad song on the whole album. It is so great. It kicks butt. Dude, I love Diggable Planets. I love Diggable Planets. Nickel bag, Doodlebug will hit you with a nickel bag. I think that was Diggable Planets, right? A Nick bag of funk. Oh my god. Mr. Bell coming in with Siamese Dream is amazing. Yes, it is. The Cure. Yeah. Is The Cure 90s really, though? I guess. Yes. No. Butthole Surfers. The big radio song from Butthole Surfers I remember is and they were all in love with dying and they were doing it and it was flowing like an avalanche coming down a mountain or something like that. Oh my son sometimes. All right, Gumball Loaded. Before Twitch got all upset about using copyrighted music, I always thought about using the Friday I'm in Love for our intro for our Friday streams. I thought that would be good. That's The Cure, right? Friday I'm in Love. I sometimes get myself in trouble thinking I know who did what song, and then everyone's like, "You're an idiot, Paul," and I'm like, "I'm sorry." They're like, "Dude, you should know this stuff." What's the point of the ceramic ball? I don't know, just to be weird. It does set up certain things, and I didn't do it there. But the game can detect when the ceramic ball is in play. And then it screams at you Powerball. And then what you're supposed to be doing is shooting it up this right orbit to lock it back in the gumball. And that starts a Powerball Mania multi-ball, which can get you this jackpot. So I think it's... Was it the first game with a ceramic ball? I know Avatar had one later. I think it's just supposed to be one of the keys that's unlocking the door to your imagination. Mazzy Star, oh my god, Fade Into You. 7 Mary 3. Okay, 7 Mary 3 is definitely one of those overplayed mediocre ones. CNK, just in time to hear me. Oh, dude, Candlebox. Man, you're hitting them all. You're hitting them all. I don't know, so, I don't know how... Maybe someone here has owned a Twilight Zone longer than us, and do the ceramic balls get damaged more? Do they need to be replaced? Oh, and look at there. I just typed that out. Look at that. You didn't even know that. I'm just spitting mad facts. We're talking music, CNK, and I was singing. And I was like, man, why isn't CNK here? He could hear me sing. Well, hello, electromagnetic pinball. They're like $30 each. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know where, like, does someone manufacture new ceramic pinballs? Or is it like this still initial stock that was once created? You've had one for 10 years and it's fine? Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely lighter and it plays way different. It's not affected by magnets, and that's like how the game detects it. There's like two sensors that detect where the Powerball is, and it does some sort of like magnetic resistance or electrical current thing that it can tell the difference between a steel and a non-steel ball. Sadly, on this game, you do see the credit dot there. Credit dot there. Isn't it there? On the DMD, the Powerball sensor in the shooter lane on this game does not work. So, that's right, bloggity blog blog. Yeah, $30. But welcome. How's Providence, Rhode Island? And there's Voof. Great to have you with us, Voof. We're just talking overplayed 90s music or your favorite... We're just talking 90s music, apparently, tonight. The sensor kit had tried to been replaced, but it's kind of annoying. Chris Cross. Oh my god. This scoop is so brutal. Yeah, most 90s music was overplayed. Mike Oldsfield, yeah. There is music in the 90s? Yes, there is, Yankee. The greatest decade for music. I mean, we haven't even gotten into all of the, like, R&B girl bands. Like, well, I guess we were talking about Left Eye the other night. Destiny's Child. All right, let's get a room. Get a room. All right, we got a room. En Vogue, you know. Spice Girls, you know.
In the Twilight Zone.
Oh my god, this scoop. I need to figure out what I'm doing with this scoop. Now, Sankey, I was already talking smack about Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, we said Flea carries the band, but Anthony Kiedis, he has a good voice, but he has a range of 6 notes. Only 6 notes. Oh, God. Oh, wait. See, okay, so here's the ceramic ball, but because the sensor in the shooter lane didn't notice it, I can't tell. But if I get it into... If I hit it somewhere, it'll detect it. Okay, if I get it in the gumball, it'll find it. So let's try to get it in the gumball. Maybe if I get it there. But I don't know if you can tell from the stream, but it is like significantly lighter and bounces around a lot more. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Colorado Pinball. Tremendous bomb. Oh, you can see it float? Well, yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. You're welcome, Colorado. Dude, the Fugees, Family Games. I think Family Games is just on a Wikipedia site that lists 90s bands and is just writing them off. Thank you for the follow. Pongu TV. Welcome to the Mile High Club. Your permission is granted to come aboard. Trouble hearing that. I'm talking so loud. One time, that's exactly what he's doing. That's cheating! That's cheating! 3 times a lady. Yeah, 90s Aerosmith. What? Get a Grip wasn't your favorite album, Time Machine? I wonder, but like commercial success, like, did Aerosmith make the most money from that album? It got so much, where the world got introduced to Alicia Silverstone as the Aerosmith girl in all the videos. before she was clueless. I don't know, was Liz old enough to be in the videos? I'm not sure. Cranberries. What? Everyone loves the zombie song, right? Alright, what's this camera award? Clock 10 millions. Next camera award, 3x Town Square. So this game was in tournament mode, but before the stream, Snow turned it off at tournament mode, so... What was she? Okay. Oh yeah, November Rain video. Come on in, Slam. Savage Garden. Now you're speaking my language. Sometimes I sing Savage Garden to Snow, and she's like, "What is your problem?" I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna bathe you in the sea. I wanna... Oh, see, and so since I have the ceramic ball, I can't do the upper playfield stuff. Tragic. That was tragic. No, I did not mean Snow. I meant Snow, my wife, the actual good player on this stream. Okay, so it finally detected the Powerball. So now I'm supposed to hit the right orbit if I have the strength. Put it back. But yeah, it'll start this multi-ball if I can get it. There we go. Powerball payoff. You get points, and then it starts this multi-ball. And then you're trying to get it into the power, which is that upper playfield area. And then I'm trying to get it through the hole. Oh, come on! And that's actually one of my goals listed up at the top of the screen. No! No. Is it still going? What's the grace period? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that's the point of the Powerball. I think it was Soap was asking that. But there you go. That is... Now, if you want to keep asking why in this existential way, I don't know. But that's when it's there. Bare Naked Ladies. I don't think did somebody say Bare Naked Ladies? I think someone did. Yeah, my heart will go on. Good one, Goof. That was played an awful lot. Good old Celine Dion. Celine? Yeah, it's Celine. Does she still perform in Vegas? Oh, God damn it. Yeah, I remember Mambo number 5. Yes, you can multi-ball with the ceramic, and Snow's in the chat apparently. But if you hit the, if you get the so if you do the regular multi-ball, the jackpot is into the piano, which is that upper shot, and if you do it with the ceramic ball, you get a 2x jackpot. So there's a benefit there too. So, yep. Oh my God, yeah, dude, Natalie Imbruglia, Torn, oh yeah, There was this band called Local H that had a song like Copacetic or something. Do you guys remember that one? Apparently ceramic is more durable than you can remember. Dude, yeah, kiss me out on the carpet. Yeah, I don't remember a single Candlebox song though. I do remember I had this friend who was like 15. He was like, "Dude, Candlebox is like the best band name ever." Oh God! All these ridiculous. I also remember I saw a free concert with the band Dishwalla in Toledo. At Portside, if you remember Dishwalla. Oh yeah, Jewel. There you go. Oh, Colorado Pinball. I said it. I said Jewel. How could I forget Jewel? Counting Blue Cars, I think was the Dishwalla one. Alright, we got the Spiral. 10 million points. I think the next one's worth more if we can get it. Ah, fucking. Cut it out, I know. Totally remember Dishwalla. Counting Blue Cars. Yeah. Why can't I remember a single Jewel song now? Yeah, tell me all your thoughts on God. Oh, wait. God was one of us. Wasn't that the Lisa Loeb or whatever? Lisa Luby? It's like inspired a whole generation of brunettes to wear cat glasses. Unbelievable. Oh, and I Was Meant for You. Okay, yeah. Is that when Sarah McLachlan came out too? Because she keeps telling me to give money to the Pet Foundation. In the arms of Melissa Etheridge? Come on, guys. No, not the puppies. The Strokes weren't in the 90s, were they? Yeah, no, that City of Angels, I was thinking, because that had the Goo Goo Dolls on it. That City of Angels, I never saw that movie, but that soundtrack was huge. Wasn't that Meg Ryan and, like, Snow's favorite actor, Nicolas Cage? Was he in there? Yeah, Sheryl Crow. Well, I'm glad I could help Tremendous Bomb. Right, said Fred. That's true. That was very early 90s, right? He's the guy who was too sexy for his stuff, I believe. Was Nicolas Cage in City of Angels? Right? With Meg Ryan? Oh, God, this scoop. Nick Cage is the anti-Keanu Reeves. Kind of. Oh, Genie in a Bottle. Yeah. That was Christina Aguilera. And of course, in the late 90s, of course, Britney Spears came out. One of my favorites. So somebody said it was Meg. CBJ fans saying Meg Ryan and Dennis Franz. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I just want you to know how I am. But come on. Hit Me Baby One More Time. Greatest pop song of all time. Now, I guess Michael Jackson's still around, so maybe not. Oh, Healed! Jesus. Yeah, Soul Asylum, NYPD Blue. It was her, yeah. Meg Ryan was... Of course, Meg Ryan's best role was in the movie Joe versus the Volcano. And, you know, I don't think I've actually ever seen When Harry Met Sally. I know about the scene. I know that you say, I'll have what she's having, but I have never seen When Harry Met Sally. Me and backhanding the scoop is getting worse. The Macarena. There we go. The 10 Jennifer Lopez songs. Yeah. Oh, J-Lo. I liked her better when she was just a fly girl. Ready to battle. No, I just want to get it in the frickin' doors and stuff. I just want doors. Just want doors. Scoop. Alright, so I want to hit the left ramp to light my slot machine. Ah, fucking brutal. Outlane. Moby, there we go. Oh man, I love cake. I love cake. We actually had a cake sung at our wedding when we were cutting the cake. And the best was George from Don't Panic Flip had installed a cake mod on his Iron Maiden. And we had traded temporarily. I can't remember what we traded with him. But we had his Iron Maiden for a while, and so I was like, take the cake out. Permitted term skank. Thank you, Colorado Pinball. Local Eduardo, why are we talking about 90? I actually don't know how it got started, but everyone in chat seems to be very, very into talking about 90s bands. Because it was the best decade. It's the one I'm the most nostalgic for. We'll put it that way. Put it that way. Yeah, overplayed 90s music. I don't know how it came up. Go to the VOD. And it's like 5 minutes into the stream and it's just started. It just started. And here we are now, almost an hour later. What else was Meg Ryan in? I don't know. I wonder what she does now. Oh my god, I'm terrible at pinball. Everclear, there was another one. Welcome, Torin, by the way. Glad to have you with us. I'm sorry if I missed your earlier chats. Just in case you guys know, loco means crazy in Spanish. So that's crazy, Eduardo. I work with a guy named Eduardo. I wonder if you're him. I wonder. What? This scoop is so dumb. How dumb is it? Yeah, Shania Twain. But isn't Shania Twain the who killed country because she was the one who like merged pop and country? That's what I tell myself, Pez. The 90s were 10 years ago. 90s were 10 years ago. And I am saving all of my AOL CDs so that I can get my dial-up internet. Okay, I'm going to move the rig to a different game. It's just not going well. All right, Umbop. Oh, ooh. I don't know if you saw Snow sneak by there, but I think our food has arrived. Our contactless delivery has delivered me sushi. We're gonna expand here. Was it? Aw, false alarm. We're gonna expand from 90s music to your favorite sushi rolls. Feel free to bring that into Or are you hardcore? You just go sashimi. I always thought you should just go sashimi. It's more money, better deal for More bang for your buck. You're not wasting any money on seaweed and rice. You're just getting fish. Yeah, right? No, I was actually thinking of the Rage Against the Machine the other day. I think the song's called Know Your Enemy, right? What? The land of the free? Whoever told you that is your enemy. With Tex-Mex. Oh, okay, yeah, Lord Howard Hurts. That is like, if I had to say like the official like alternative '90s song, Flagpole Sitter by Harvey Danger is definitely up there. Yeah, no. That song is great. I wish we didn't, man, if only we could listen to these things without Jeff Bezos getting angry. Paranoia, paranoia, everybody's coming to get me. Just say you never met me. The best part about it that is they mentioned zines. Did anyone in chat ever publish a zine? Fuck me! Fuck this game. I know, maybe we do. Maybe we do need a Bezos command. Bezos. Sorry for swearing. Sorry for swearing, guys. I do remember seeing zines though, like 1993, 94, hanging out at the coffee shops. A BMX zine, nice. I wanna publish zines and Rage Against Machines. All right, we got a door. All right, and we have sushi. I think I got a spicy tuna roll. Spicy tuna roll and a crunchy spicy tuna roll or something. Unlock the key to imagination. Get up there. Gumball, load now. Can he make the shot? No. Zines that were killed by Facebook groups. The world, they would review band thinking, oh, cool. Not a surf popular. I don't know. Super drag? I don't know if I know that. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have that in Ohio. I kind of got into more 90s alternative music because my brother was a big metal hair band guy, so I had to, like, he was older, and at first he was really influential to me, but then I had to separate myself from him, and I was like, oh, my brother thinks Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins suck. I should listen to them. GeoCities killed zines, yeah. You're right. And then that band went on to write the Big Bang Theory soundtrack theme song. I had a GeoCities. I did have a GeoCities. And I had an under construction link on it, and I had a guest book. I was like, make sure you sign my guest book. Did you have a guest book on your GeoCities, though? That is the question. Oh, no.
You have just taken a detour through the Twilight Zone.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, as far in like all sorts of their music. Yeah, I mean, I still like the metal, but I was like, I had to like differentiate myself in some way.
Time is a one-way street, except in the Twilight Zone.
Wait. Oh, the Chinese chicken guy did the first TNA. Very cool. Bloodhound Gang. Yeah. There was somebody who I was gonna. Oh, what was my Oh my god. So my GeoCities was about my senior year of high school. My friend, me and my friend Opie, that was his nickname, made these ridiculous, like, we made like 4 episodes of what we called The Adventures of Paul and Opie. And we used a camcorder. Like, and we shot these little, like, very crude, immature videos. And so I put them online. Just the scripts to them. And then I actually had some audio clips from them. So my GeoCities was about the adventures of Paul and Opie. Now, somebody said that they like created a Wayback Machine for GeoCities, and if you could find that, and you find the adventures of Paul and Opie on some cataloged version of GeoCities, it was like in Hollywood. And if you find that, and you can post a link to it, well, I don't know. People would. It's obviously written by somebody, some immature 17-year-old that is just trying to be shocking, but that's your mission if you choose to accept it. So I can't backhand the scoop anymore. Yeah, dude, I love Pantera. Pantera is actually the band I've seen the most live in concert. Alright, fast lock. Boom. Talking Tina. Did you see it? Tell Tina, are you there? Do you have that dress? The same dress as Talking Tina? Maybe. But yeah. So like this mode might be good for points, but it doesn't help me get to my goals. Good thing I'm out of it. I didn't want to be in multi-ball anyway. Okay, we got an extra ball here. That's good. I'm Talking Tina. Yeah, I love me some vulgar display. Actually, I think Vulgar's my favorite album. You don't want to relive your GeoCities days, back when you were learning the basics of HTML. I remember being so excited I made a table in HTML. So tell Tina, when you get an extra ball, this little girl shows up and she's wearing a dress on the DMD and she says, "Hi, I'm Talking Tina." Oh, it's Talkie Tina. Talkie Tina. And she gives you an extra ball. So I'll try to point it out next time I have it lit and if I collect it. Alright, super skill shot. Oh, hey, if we get yellow, we get light extra ball. Oh, and he fails. Alright, let's try to get our slot machine lit here. That should do it? Nope, other one. Ooh, dead end. You can get an extra ball through dead ends, too. Yeah. So I have to hit the, no! Player piano. Okay, there's another door. All right, we used our key of imagination to unlock another door. I have no idea what. I don't think I had a GeoCities username. Like I swear though, you like picked your neighborhood based on what it was supposed to be. I don't even know what my I think I do kind of remember what my username might have been, but I don't want to get onto that right here, right now. Look at my GeoCity site. Oh, that's great. We might have to share that after this game. Did you have the dancing baby gif, though? That is the real question. There we go. And you get a free door panel for defeating the power, so that's going to help us here on our quest. We're getting somewhere here, chat. We're sniffing at glory. Talkie Tina, and of course left out lane. That's right. CBJ fan points out if you're actually trying to learn anything about this game is very bonus heavy. So do not tilt on this game, especially the more modes you play. Most of the modes points are rewarded in bonus, so do not tilt. Lord Howard Hertz has a very glorious story about how he tilted about that and lost a game in a tournament because of tilting on a Twilight Zone. Also, don't tilt on the Shadow. Don't tilt on Shadow. I'm trying to think other games that have really big bonuses. What was that? Oh, apparently you don't want to tilt on Guardians of the Galaxy. Borg got into that. Okay, yeah, do that, Family Games, because I think I know what my username was, but I mean, I'm sure you're all good people, but I don't want to. I would like to see it before I share it with everybody. All right. So how many? Oh shit! Powerball.
I'm
Checking in. Pinball Princess. Happy Friday to you. How the heck are you doing? You have been missing an excellent conversation, but we're glad that you are now here. We're talking our favorite 90s music, overused 90s, overplayed 90s music. Candlebox on the list, Three Doors Down. I think that was a good one, overplayed. Yeah, Alanis Morissette was definitely in the top of that list. Oh God, snow's in there. But how are you doing? Hope your week went well. Spin Doctors. Look at there. Nobody had mentioned Spin Doctors yet. That's two princesses. That was maybe our closest attempt at getting in the zone. Auto zone. So you just got to get all the door panels, and then you get into like the wizard mode, which is like a minute of everything going crazy. I'm trying to get that going. Super skill. All right, that lights our thing. Let's see if we can get our piano. No. All right, there's a player. That'll light extra ball. If you were paying attention, Tina. If I can get this, we'll get to see Talkie Tina. Hi, I'm Talkie Tina. Sadly, my player piano is not lit, so I don't get another door panel. Let's get this super skill shot if we can, because that gives us an opportunity to get another extra ball. Like many Lawler games, every time the piano's not lit, I'm nailing it. Neutral Milk Hotel, uh-oh. Fillmore Jive. You just made a brand new friend in, that might be Snow's, favorite band of all time. She's like, do you know it's about Helen Keller? The whole album. The whole album. Not Helen Keller. No, Anne Frank. Anne Frank. It's Anne Frank. Right? Anne Frank. That's an old Fark meme. That's why I got it mixed up. There was this whole meme about Anne Frank getting those two mixed up. There's the ice cream man. We've been wondering where he was. How the hell are you doing, Burrs? Happy Friday. Hope all is well in Bursland. Hope Missouri is treating you nice. All right, there he is. There's Talkie Tina. That was Talkie Tina. That's Talkie Tina. 2-hour power outage. Was it? Why? Oh, Soul Asylum was mentioned. I don't know if I actually talked about it, but I remember seeing it in there. Yes, Tom Waits. Tom Waits is great. Why's your power going out, man? Actually, the last time we had a power outage, we were streaming. And our stream just died, and our power was out for like an hour. Okay, no, so that was a total waste of Powerball. I didn't even realize it. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. You guys know good music. Of course they do. They're watching the Colorado Pinball Collective. Known for being the most cultured pinball stream on Twitch. With the most attractive people doing the most cultured, innovative, artistic things. It's like we're the Lake Wobegon of Twitch streams. Wait, your power just went out now? What? Flip now? Collective Soul? I don't know if I've heard someone mention Collective Soul yet. Yeah.
Right in here now.
Oh wait, now she's here. Everybody, welcome to the stream.
No, Howard Kurtz's power, just like a quick flip at 6:45 in the morning yesterday.
Oh.
Not that we noticed, but
Right.
then we might not notice also.
I brought that up, so I want to make
That's
sure
alright.
it's not in your face.
Hey guys.
Okay, so the right ramp does the piano?
The right ramp will light the slot machine. Just remember that it's the opposite of what it feeds, right? So if it feeds the lower left flipper, it's
It
going to
does
light the piano. And then if it feeds the upper flipper, it's going to light the slot.
Okay.
Hey, Jillian, how are you?
How was I assume you had your...
I haven't eaten it yet.
Oh, I'd assume she had eaten her food.
No, I put it up there, and then I always get the mochi, so I had to put that in the freezer.
Who doesn't love good mochi?
It's so good. Although, you know, they stopped serving it with the whipped cream and the chocolate drizzle, which is kind of unusual. But that's all right.
The nerve.
I know. Still delicious. Best mochi I have found in town.
I wonder which Gordon's food service they get it from.
A better one than the rest of the places.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, sushi. I got We got the hibachi tofu, but Paul got some sushi and some yakisoba with chicken. And edamame. So the reason it's expensive is I order so much food.
I know.
It's so good though.
Family Guy used to say there's a sushi place in San Antonio that does a Tex-Mex sushi. I don't know if it's got like fish and beans and...
Remember when we went to, what was that really great Japanese place that was kind of new? Oh, that was a while ago that we went though.
They had Denver sushi and it had ham, green peppers,
They
and
did,
onion.
yeah. They had like a bunch of weird experimental stuff and you had to try it and you liked it. TX.
Time Machine did say he would sell his TX sector for $1 million.
What?
If you have $1 million burning a hole in your pocket. Are you in?
Yes.
All right. You want to do a solo real quick?
Oh. God.
No. Okay, we'll do a two-player.
Thank you. You
Then
know I
I'll do a
don't
solo.
like that. I don't like stepping in and then I'm just alone.
She's stepping in.
That's right.
You guys are watching Colorado Pinball Collective. We stream every Wednesday and Friday. Usually around 8 p.m. Mountain Time, depending on how I feel. If you have not hit that follow button, we'd love to have you join the club. And if you're feeling saucy, you can always subscribe, because not only do you get 5 sexy emotes when you subscribe, you do get access to Pin Pals.
Oh, that's
She
true.
never even talks about Pin Pals anymore.
I'm not, I guess I haven't been working on it in a while.
And it's basically, named after the bowling team in The Simpsons. Did you know that?
Are they the pin pals?
They are the Pin Pals.
That's fun.
Look at all those sexy emotes. I was actually thinking that we could get like a... Getting the goals on this, I'm not doing it, but I always say like Market 1 or Market 2, and it's like a Big Lebowski reference. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like if we accomplished a goal, we could have an emote that was like... why can't I think of the character's name? No. It's the dude and...
Oh, fuck. That was dumb. I don't know, because I was thinking about the dude. You mean Jeff Bridges?
And no, but the one played by the other guy, his buddy.
Oh.
Walter. We could have a Walter emote.
John Goodman?
Yeah, John Goodman saying like Market 1 or like Market or something, because if
I-
I actually accomplish one of the goals you see up there, I always say Market 1
Oh.
or Market 2 or Market 3.
It would be nice if it actually
If it what?
actually marked it. Right? Like if it made the counter go up.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Rather than, because we go in and we right click on text source, and that's why it's, that's what it is.
I mean, we could probably, if we had a...
Time is a one-way street, except
Yes,
in the
Lunchbox.
Twilight Zone.
Thank you.
If we had a stream deck,
Yeah, that would be I don't know Silver Jews.
is that a troll?
No. No, this is Fillmore Jive, and he or she listens to good music, so that's why I was willing to say that out loud, not knowing what it is.
I was trying to get the thing, I was actually trying to hit the Clock Millions. I think that's the one that has the Easter egg. Yeah, our computer like runs into input issues when we try to use the Stream Deck. Now when we have
Oh, nice.
the
That's a new one.
schnicks, piano schnick.
Just requires
Not Clock Chaos, not Clock Millions. Okay, so I'll try to remember that.
another schnick. Not quite as useful.
The real question is, how many keys have you unlocked? Well, that's sad, Time Machine and Fillmore.
Oh, did it already award it to me? Oh well. Let's move it up, please. Oh. Yeah, 3 schnicks.
Well, anything that can actually accomplish a goal, I will be excited about.
Oh, that was fast.
So brutal, this game.
Yeah. One thing that can kind of drive me a little bit nuts with Twilight Zone is it's really easy to stack like 3 powers. So then your right ramp just becomes power ramp, which is a scary ramp to be on, you know?
Did you know it was Talkie Tina, not
I did.
Talking Tina?
I did, but I also understand why you would think it's talking. So, but that's because I saw it written out. So, Mariano,
Oh, yeah.
how are you? Good to see you.
He was hanging out all this time wondering where's Snow, and I was like, sorry, it's just me. I'm apologizing. Pass lock, alright.
I'm here too. He goes 3 hours of streaming, and I just think sometimes that's kind of long for me.
And the fast lock uses the quick multi-ball music.
Schnick.
I did schnick it.
It's like the
The
it's
thing
like,
lock music from Adam's Family.
yeah. And you know that Jackbot on its match sequence, it uses the same match sequence as TZ.
Oh.
It's got the robot doing the Jack in the Box. Oh, that was dumb.
See, if I knew you were gonna come in, or if you were gonna start the stream with us, I was gonna like put you on the screen and then have you like hide behind it,
Oh, did you?
and then
that?
be like, "Oh no, Snow's not with us,"
Oh,
or
no.
is she?
I'm sorry.
But you didn't start the stream with us. So.
No.
Just imagine that kind of production value at one point.
That would have been incredible. Is that why I was scaled up so?
I don't know why you look very big there.
Yeah.
Change. All right, I'm gonna go pee.
All right.
My OSHA break.
All right.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination.
Are you ready to battle?
You guys know what I just did? You know what that was? I just started the game and then held down the extra ball button for 5 seconds. Because Paul doesn't know about this. This is called the Blitz cheat, Lost in the Zone. It's a operator setting, but this is the wizard mode. Maybe he's not listening, and he'll be like, "What the fuck?" Like, yeah, man, I don't know, you suck. I think in Lost in the Zone, you just want to like be hitting blue targets, which I do anyways. Because I'm not a very accurate shooter. Was it also with the ceramic ball, with the power ball? Was that 2x? Ew, lost in the zone. What's our total? Replay. Oh, does it have flipper bonus? Doesn't work there. I was just curious. I haven't had that situation. That's right. So, that's right. So if the code is 9.4, that was when they put that in, and it's under game adjustments, so it's like the A2 menu. But yeah, look for the Let's cheat and set it to OK, yes. And then that's how you do that. The other thing with the 9.4 code is you should be able to pause the game, which I don't think is actually like a great idea for a long time, but the idea is, and I haven't tried it on this, we'll try it. You can trap a ball on a flipper and then hold that flipper button up with the trap ball and then hit the extra ball button, and it should keep a hold of your ball. So let's see. There you go. Look, no hands. And then I grab the flipper button and hit extra ball. The reason I don't think it's possibly a great idea is I think it could really like burn out a transistor or something. The coil could burn out a lot of stuff. Yeah, it could cook so many things. And on a game that we think over the 3 hours, like the flippers do get weaker. Although I looked at them quickly. Honestly, I really didn't want to get into a lot of work when he had asked me about it. So I just, all of the end of stroke switches look great. The springs look good. The actuator was moving freely when I moved it. The only thing I adjusted was on the right flipper, the assembly. I don't even know what you call that, but it's like the stack of nuts and washers that goes through, that holds the whole linkage together, right? The one on the right was a little loose, so I tightened it. But it didn't feel like the holes on the plastic part of the flipper link thing didn't look like it had gone oblong or anything. Those felt tight. So I'm not really sure. I did text Dan Gutchess just to ask, because I've seen this on quite a few different Twilight Zones, especially the one at 3-Up, where they get tired, but one huge symptom will be the upper left flipper will be really inconsistent over time. And so that's a really important shot, not only for modes, but that's your jackpot shot. And you just can't get the timing down because it's inconsistent. And I've noticed that with this one too. But so yeah, I sort of asked if there was something over time known with the Twilight Zones, but it doesn't sound like it. I think it's just an old game. So that makes a lot of sense. Dan had told me to try swapping the optos on the flippers, like the flipper buttons, to see if the behavior changed, which is something he's given me advice on several times over the years, and I always forget to do that. That's just basic diagnosis, to isolate variables, but I never think to do that. So kind of just kick myself, but I'm going to try that and see what happens. Otherwise, I'll open them up and rebuild if necessary, but they felt all right.
So sorry, Fillmore, our bot or something, he put NGG and it blocked it because, well, people are terrible.
Oh, that's no good, Gophers. Is that why you guys started talking about Gophers? Oh.
Well, there's terrible people in the world. Just think about why.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Well, they mentioned favorite pinballs. That's what you guys were talking about.
Oh. You want me to restart?
Yes, you want us to restart. Big bucks.
After my awesome Lost in the Zone you didn't watch.
Wait, you got it?
Yeah.
Did you mark it?
Chat,
one?
please confirm. Don't mark it one though.
Liar.
I'm not lying.
There's someone. No one mentioned Henry Rollins for their 90s bands. Because you're a liar.
That's right. Ooh.
Wait, she did get it? I don't. Chat. You know, I've got a recording of this.
Yeah. shoot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she can easily get it a second time.
Here, okay. Let's see if I can do it on his second move. Okay. Shoot a scoop.
I need a ram.
I don't know what will happen after this, if it'll just restart the game. I've never done it on a 2-player. Oh, what's it called? That's alright, you didn't shoot a scoop, so I'm pretty sure it's my turn.
I need a scoop. Black flag
Is that
was
the
better.
Powerball?
Yeah. Lunchbox is starting some shit back here, by the way.
Yeah. No, that's not what I want. These magnets don't work.
He's all excited because before the stream, Lunchbox got a bath.
He sure did. Alright, I just... piano. I need it in the piano.
The dog is more recently bathed than I am. Ugh, this game. So
Well,
brutal.
that was all my fault. Alright, I'm gonna try to help you.
Alright, I
Alright.
will try to hit a scoop this time.
Shoot a scoop.
I need a lube.
Yeah, Black Flag. He's still around. He's like, it's like Henry Rollins and Alice Cooper went the same way. It's like the way of the sage, rocker, historian. You know, Alice Cooper had his own radio show for a while. It was just general knowledge.
Does that count as a scoop?
Oh,
That does.
there we go.
You have come to the end of your journey.
You're welcome.
Survival is everything.
It's the Litz cheat. I set it to yes. Litz being lost.
Well, this just like takes it away from earning it. I did it though.
You
Market
did?
one.
You never played it. And this one is like the Powerball problems and the lack of ability on our part. The one up at Lions was they would play so well. I lost in the zone right before league every time. Yes, have played Alice Cooper. I've played a couple different versions. It's very pretty. It's pretty, and I think that it's got some really unique things going on. The theme integration is fantastic. It does some neat little tricks, but some of the code is not really my jam. I feel like you can find yourself in prison quite a bit. How'd you do?
We were mentioning, 90s movies, and I was mentioning that movie, The Chase, and I think Henry Rollins was in The Chase as well.
Good read. Oh, that rant. Clock moving, Powerball Mania. Boom! Yeah, that was better than mine. Okay, I was sort of wondering what would happen. So now you just get a fresh score. That's interesting.
So that was like Escape from Nublar before Escape from Nublar was a thing.
That's right.
But I'm pretty sure Henry Rollins was in that Chase movie as well.
You know what movie Henry Rollins was in? Johnny Mnemonic.
He was in
Keanu
Johnny
Reeves.
Mnemonic?
Yeah, man, he was the trash man / scientist.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, no, he played a big role in the rebellion. Also, anybody local that either owns or knows where we could potentially borrow a Johnny Mnemonic. I need it next year. So I'm getting the word out early. And that's because I have it on my calendar, the Johnny Mnemonic party that we're going to have next year. because it was set in the year 2021.
I did not know.
Yes, that's right. So I need many things. I need a giant dolphin named Jones, because he was the mastermind. I'm sorry to blow it.
Did he have gloves? Did he actually have gloves in the movie?
We had a helmet. He was in an aquarium about the size of the dolphin, had a helmet, and then he would, you'd ask him a question, and it'd be like, and then he'd like flap his tail. It was ridiculous. Totally awesome. So, you guys know.
Next year, Johnny Mnemonic.
That's right.
Mark your calendar.
Yeah. I'm not sure when gonna host the party, but probably makes more sense if it's the summer, because then we could set up like an outdoor movie and have it
Playing in the background.
Yeah, played in the backyard.
Can they visually copyright strike us that we could put the green screen on and have it playing in the
Remember
background?
when we did that with
Pin-pins.
Pin phones? That's right.
We have the capability to show a movie behind us.
It will be an awesome party. We're gonna play definitely Henry Rollins music. We're gonna I'm trying to think of that. So like they're all at risk of basically like their brains frying because of all of the technology and screen time. So they're all Jones and they need some fix, some digital fix, I don't know. And he's a mnemonic courier, he carries stuff in his brain.
But isn't like mnemonic like the antithesis of technology?
Well, I think mnemonic just means brain power, or related to the brain, right? Like neurology.
Oh, I'm thinking pneumatic.
Oh, that's air power.
Johnny Pneumatic.
Johnny Pneumatic, yeah.
It was a whole different
He has all of these. He's like king of the sandblaster.
I guess I never realized there was a difference.
Yep. Well, also pneumatic starts with a P, P-N-E, and
Instead of
mnemonic is
M-N.
M-N-E. All included in the spelling bee, of course.
I like the idea of Johnny Pneumatic.
Yeah. Yeah, right? We'll have heroin for the dolphin. Will they share? You know, he's Jonesing because he is Jones. That's literally the dolphin's name. I don't know, I'm gonna have to talk to Jones because Ice-T was in it as well. He played a character named Spider.
All right, there's Talking Tina. Talkie Tina.
Johnny Air Power, yeah. They get it.
Oh, yeah. You can see how I get those confused. This game has terrible feeds, and there's.
We're having a good time.
I know, but it just seems like you get stuck in this thing, and then you can't like do anything.
It's like, well, so it's like got that Lawler feel where the more you progress, you know, it's sort of like if you accidentally lock a ball and you're trying to get to Lost in the Zone, now you're going to have to deal with that, you know. Doesn't mean you have to play multi-ball before, it just means you have to rely on your slot machine. But then you also have like the power getting in the way, you know.
A gift from the elves.
Whoa!
Oh, what? That's amazing.
Lord Scotch,
Thanks,
donating
dude.
the $5
No, more.
or $15.
Uh-huh.
What a guy!
Yeah.
Sorry,
Thanks, man.
My
That's awesome.
boomer eyes. Thank you so much. Welcome, Lord Scotch. Thank you so much for that sexy donation. How are you doing? We're just discussing Johnny Pneumatic.
In the Twilight Zone.
Good evening to you, sir.
Whoa! I thought it was going left, but it's not. It's got interesting layout visually for me. It can sometimes trick me, right? Where the center of a game is, I always think is an interesting area of the machine. pay attention because you might find it interesting as well. Like this isn't, well, it's different here because he's got more going on in the left. Oh, so that's fucking with me too. Typically, if you have one in lane on each side, the center of your flippers isn't the center of the game because of the shooter lane, right?
Right.
Which means, like trying, and then when you have the artwork in the center of the flippers, doesn't necessarily line up with the center here, depending on what's going on. And then this, like your clock millions target, which you might think of as the center because it sort of looks like it, it's just all a little bit off, and then trying to gauge which flipper it's going to be dropping down closer to, he's not paying attention, it's just tricky. So, I know, but I kept looking at you, you weren't looking over, engaging, so I said, fuck it, I'm going to look here, finally.
Talk to Chad.
That's eventually what I did, husband, darling, love of my life.
No, but once you actually start noticing that yeah, the flippers are never centered on the whole playfield because of the shooter lane.
Trying to read it, like, I guess I just, yeah. I tend to use visual cues to help me gauge the bias of the ball, and that really worked against me.
There you go. You got the snow swear.
Your speeds are higher in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that how, so they printed in ultraviolet ink the serial number?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah? Is it under the apron or where is it?
I think Dean mentioned that last time we were streaming. And Dean said he knew someone who has a Johnny Pneumatic.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Okay, good. In the middle of the playfield on the door is where it is. Oh, probably in that gray area. Yeah, interesting.
Do we have a black light?
I
don't think I do.
Yeah.
Is the person who has it Dean?
Wait, it was to help the combat bootlegging. What do you mean? Who's making fraudulent knockoff Twilight Zones? Or any pinball machine?
Gottlieb was gonna try to.
They were just gonna make this exact game, but with like those Gottlieb pointy flippers. No. Oh, I get it. It's more territory for the distributors. And Dean, is that no about my absurd comment about knockoff Twilight Zones, or was that about you not knowing someone who owns a Johnny Mnemonic? Because that would be sad. But that's all right. We still have plenty of time.
Or it's not him who owns it.
Right.
He doesn't have it yet.
Oh, he doesn't have one. All right. Well, there's still time. Dan told me to talk to Donovan, so I just need to ask him. I bet we could find one. You know who used to own one? I wonder who he sold it to.
Didn't Dan? There used to be one at the Rocky Mountain Pinball Showdown. Whose was that?
I don't know. I could ask B-Wheels. Oh my gosh.
Right, exactly. Yeah, someone brought it to the showdown.
I can't remember his name. Bill Mankey.
Oh yeah.
Boxwood Pinball. He used to own a Johnny Mnemonic. I wonder who he sold it to.
They left Colorado though.
They
right?
did. Yeah.
Jerks. He was on my pinball team lead.
He sure was.
It's hard to tilt this game though because it weighs so much. You like try to three-leg it and you've got to like put your whole body into it.
And if it's at a bar, it's usually stuck to the ground from beer.
Yeah, someone was mentioning that too, Tron. Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic is one of the hardest games to keep working.
Because of the glove. The glove is difficult.
Now, Demo Man isn't hard to keep is it hard to keep the claw working and they just disable it because it ruins the competitive
Yeah, that has to do with the rules. Watch out, Lunchbox. Do you have any itch? You want me to get it? Is that better?
I hear Doctor Who keeping that thing going is kind of rough too.
Yeah, that's been just all of the. What's with the glove? So the glove, you operate by it. Like moves like on a matrix or an X and Y grid. And they're frequently broken. I don't know. I haven't really been inside of it. Maybe Dean knows things, or other people who have owned them. The claw's hard to get at. Yeah, no, with the demo man, they just cancel it because you could keep choosing light freeze.
Which helps you get the multi-balls. Right? Penn Stadium coming through with the 16 bits. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to you.
Thanks
Glad
for
to have
the
you with
bits.
us. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, she tilted.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think it's that hard.
Dance with the devil at your own risk.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to be that it's harder to make the shots because backhanding
Yeah,
is
backhanding
too
is-
difficult now.
We're getting some hot flippers.
That's all right. Could ask Winger. I feel like I talked about it with him recently, and he didn't know. But I do know the other operators up there.
Ooh, I got 20 million from the camera. You know, I was thinking we have that big stack of $1 bills. Maybe we could use that somehow in competing at this game.
Want to play Tommy Dollars?
Tommy
When
dollars
you put the dollars on the playfield to obscure the playfield?
to block stuff.
You can choose to put it wherever you want. Some people put them over the flippers because they're assholes.
Oh, like I would block yours.
Well, no. Everybody has to play with where the dollars are.
And they're called Tommy
They're called
dollars.
Tommy Dollars from the pinball machine, Tommy. Tommy blinders come up. And it's like a black fan, plastic, and it covers the flippers.
I've never seen. I played that game and I've never seen that.
Yep.
Is that hard to maintain?
It's one of the modes.
Oh.
Oh, is that gun barrel? Huh.
Touch me, heal me.
Yeah, they are broken most of the time. That's true. So that could have also been one of the reasons.
Like I feel like my pinball flipper skills just don't apply to this game.
Yeah, that's right. I took Burrs up there to Gun Barrel. We did play Old Chicago because that thing's awesome. Plus, that Old Chicago that Wanger bought, he bought from someone, and I don't know who the person is. But I guess they found the back glass to be too scandalous.
Oh no.
And so they put a modesty like overlay, like a Mylar or a whatever vinyl sticker, and it's like a lace filigree little thing to go over the woman's cleavage.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be googly eyes.
Oh right, yeah, no, that's a great thing. But which I just thought, like, of all the games, like Old Chicago, huh? Wow.
Just too
All right.
spicy for some.
Too spicy.
There we go.
Oh, see, that's awesome. First put googly eyes on hard button so I open up the back glass. As though that back glass needs more action. What? Yes, darling. Oh, no. You have a toy. You have a hot dog.
Get it! was actually not a bad bowl.
There you go.
Well, and to make the gloves go, turn, like, there's some sort of stepper motor involved that probably has, I don't know if it's like Opto's keeping track of where they are, and you like, because there's like this, on Johnny Pneumatic, there's this like 3x3 grid, and you like use the gloves to drop them in the grid, right? It also has a very inflated point system. Whereas what I want you to do with your hard bodies is get some leg warmers and put them on the legs of the game.
Oh, that's so good.
I know.
I love that. Yes. Yes, you should.
So if you can figure out how to make that happen.
Oh!
I'm sure Etsy, someone on Etsy still sells leg warmers.
So, well, I spent a lot of today going through Lunchbox's entire medical history. He's still got some real allergy stuff going on. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So I gotta make a general checkup appointment with his main doc. Apparently, he should be on the senior plan.
He's a senior.
Because he's a senior. Because he's been a senior for a little bit. But, why did I bring that up? Oh, that's right. When I went through, so I put everything in a shoebox and like old medications and whatever. And in there were 4 leg warmers. Do you remember?
Oh, for him.
Because Paul just really, really wanted him to have leg warmers, and I knit him 4 leg warmers, and I knew he would hate them, but he hated them even more than I thought he would. That I put them on him, and Paul was very happy, and then it was like I stuck his legs in cement and he couldn't walk. He really couldn't. He was really distraught about the whole thing. And so we had to take him off because he wouldn't move. But yeah, I found his leg.
Oh, good. I got my town square held. What a time to be alive. Thanks, Pat. Maybe we need a Pat command.
Go for 3 dead ends.
Get an extra ball.
Yeah.
Now, how about I just snicked it into the piano?
Lord Scotch couldn't make winter boots work for the dog. Yeah, it's I feel like they have to like be like desensitized to that as they're a puppy, or just like really, really well trained or something, which I think has to do with the desensitizing as a little one. But yeah, he wasn't having any of it.
Ooh, 22 million. Next, greed targets. Dude, trying to get this fast lock is him getting killed. Dude, I got another door panel. I'm knocking out these panels.
Hey, can we move on to some other talking points?
I know. Snow made all of these talking points for you guys tonight.
So, well, the first one's just a really quick aside, but I've talked before about how I have dry elbows and that my mom always, like, really, really grinded into my brain that, like, you have to lotion your elbows when you get out of the shower. And she was right. I don't know if it's hereditary, but the left one is always so much drier than the right. It's, like, the right's actually pretty good. The left, like, you hear a snag when you feel it. Anyways, another little phenomena I've noticed is I use like a gel type deodorant, you know?
Okay.
Crank it up, the gel comes out. Put it on the right, totally normal. Put it on the left, and it just soaks in. It's just, if I put 3 applications thinking that somehow I wasn't using it correctly because it was dry as hell after like putting a huge like dab of gel on it. What the hell? What's going on?
What's up with the left side of your body?
I don't know. I'm not sure. So I just wanted to say that, just give you guys an update on the left side.
So do you guys have a side of your armpits that do better or worse? I don't know.
It's just weird. Yeah, I don't know where, I just didn't know where it was going. You know? Because it just wasn't, it just got sucked right up. Do I have to grease my elbows before I go rubbing elbows? That's right, or I might cut someone. It's dangerous.
And welcome, Ken70,
Oh yeah,
checking
sorry
in.
about that.
Welcome to the stream.
Just excited about my kids.
Do you have dry elbows? Let us know. Driest part of your body? Look at
I know you're doing well. All right, so the other one, I just don't want to distract Paul. But I do think that
Oh yeah.
I think we need to talk about Graham.
You talking about your dry elbows is very distracting to me. I'm like, oh yeah, tell me about it, baby. That's what gets me going.
I think, did you get yeah. I think we need to do a Graham update. That's our neighbor that we don't like. And
Okay.
Graham is now been sunbathing in the front fucking yard,
It's true.
and it's weird. Like 2 or 3 in the afternoon,
Yep.
just in the front. Even though he has a backyard.
Well, I've seen him sun in the backyard.
Yeah, he could go there, which means he's choosing to not go there.
Like he's not some sexy co-ed
He's Graham.
that I would want.
It's just weird. It's just weird behavior. And I think it's very straight. Like, do you talk to him when he's out there? Because I don't like to go out there and talk to him.
Yeah, our next door neighbor. He's probably like in like early 30s maybe,
Yeah, Graham.
and he's just out there in his like small swim trunks, and then
And he's not even in a chair. He's just on the lawn, no towel, just.
in the
And his
grass
lawn sucks. That's all crabgrass,
and dog pee.
dog pee. He's weird.
That's true. It's because the alley is full of trash. That is true.
That is true.
No, when I've seen him back there, and then he'll like smoke his cigar. I don't know if you've seen him.
He's so fucking classy, this guy.
Like, no, he'll be, and I can't remember what music he'll listen to, but I've heard him back there sunbathing, smoking a cigar. But, you know, if it makes him happy, it can't be that bad.
Does it? Is that what makes him happy?
Just to bring it full circle to 90s music.
Oh, well, I was
Right.
about to name like a bunch of terrible things that he's probably
Right.
listening to. No,
Right.
he's a turd. This is, for those who don't know, our distaste for Graham, and mine usually comes across a lot more harsh, but that's just because he forgets how awful he is until he has to interact with them, and then he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know. This guy has introduced himself to me 3 times as though we've never met, because in his mind we haven't, because he doesn't care about the person he's talking to. He bought the house next door. It's a duplex. He lives on one side, rents the other side. All is good. Welcome to the neighborhood, right? So I'm out like taking the trash out, and he introduces himself to me, and he's like, hi, I'm Graham, doesn't ask my name, and then just wants to buy our house. And I'm like, excuse me? What? And he's like, yeah, like, do you want to sell? I'm like, you don't even know my fucking name, Graham. Like, welcome to the fucking neighborhood. Like, what are you
I mean,
doing?
it is pretty rude to just ask someone, hey, can I buy your house?
Not only that, 3 times in a row while I'm saying, excuse me, what? And so I just left. It was like night out, so yeah, maybe he didn't remember what I looked like, but I'm the lady that hates him that lives next to him. How do you forget that? So he does it again, and that's it. Not even a pretending, hi, how are you? No, I just want to buy your house. And then he did it again. And then introduced himself to me again.
It's true.
Fucking hate this guy. And he's out there suntanning in the front yard like a goddamn turd. No chairs, apparently smoking cigars. No towel, because he's not a civilized, decent human being. Oh my God, Graham.
Well, and he's a slumlord.
Yeah, and he's just entitled. He's just
I remember, he takes care of his lawn now because it was like 2 summers ago. His mom paid me $40
Yeah.
to mow his lawn. She was like, I'll give you $40 to mow his lawn. And the lawn is like 200 square feet.
Dude, it's seriously like urban Denver, central Denver. It's like 3 swipes. It's
Yeah,
that's
why I did it. And then I joked to his mom. I was like, well, I don't really mind because I just don't want the worst lawn on the neighborhood. And as long
as your son's next door.
As long as your son's next door, we
amazing.
don't have the worst lawn in the neighborhood.
No.
And ever since then, he has been better about it.
I bet he has. Because Paul was just doing his 3 swipes in the front of our yard. It's, again, I don't judge people based on socioeconomic status at all. I don't care. I judge you on whether you're a dick. This guy's a dick, and he's just been handed everything, and he just like doesn't seem to understand why I'm staring at him, just seething. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Anyways, Graham, trashy Graham.
Pinball Princess says she has the worst one in the neighborhood, but she shares her hot tub. So
That's awesome.
Combusting Nugs, welcome. Glad to be out of Denver, moved to Westminster. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, this guy.
He's a turd.
And then I tried to build some sympathy for him because he,
doesn't deserve it.
yeah, the last time he talked to me when he, again, asked to buy our house.
Yes. And then the
He
fucking
was
letter he
engaged,
left.
but he was engaged, but then his lady left him. But I mean, it's still, I mean, that's a rough emotional thing if you think you're going to be married and then you don't end up getting married.
I mean, he must have asked her to sign a prenup or something. Because I don't understand how you could get past sentence 1 with that guy. I've never gotten past sentence 1. We have relived sentence 1 12 times. It's unreal.
Okay, what do I have to do?
Huh? Battle the power. Just shoot a scoop.
Request permission to come aboard.
Thanks
Woo!
for permission granted. Welcome aboard. Market 1?
All right.
Market 1?
You actually get it.
Legitimate.
Yes, that is Graham. Except, here's the thing about old Graham, right? Like, again, not only do I not judge based on socioeconomic status, I'm not going to judge you based on your looks, except now I'm about to, because he didn't have a single fucking chest hair, and it's weird. It's too smooth.
That is true. Yeah, he doesn't have any chest hair.
It's really weird and uncomfortable.
And so it's like, I mean, if he wants to shave his chest, more power to him, but it's just like...
Yeah, see, Beard his life gets it. He would love to own this table. Beard his life. Beard his life has chest hair.
I mean, he's obviously manscaped. Like, I don't know. Your brother doesn't have any chest hair either.
He doesn't, but that's just the Gallagher's. He probably has 1 or 2. But,
He probably has 1 or 2.
yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad has 9, and he worked really hard to get this. Oh, no, Pez is smooth too. Good for you. It runs in my family. I just hate this guy, and so now I'm being petty and awful. Beard his life is a smooth boy. What the hell? Does he have leg hair? My brother like barely has leg hair. I barely do either. It's the Galvins we have a lot of hair on our head, but we don't really have hair other places. Which is why my brother just kind of looks dirty when he kind of grows a mustache.
Did you mark it 1?
Yes, I did.
All right. Welcome, Beard Life.
Oh no, very sneaky. Doesn't have any either. Let's see now. I'm just the worst person in
Really?
the world.
No, it's not a good thing. Like I started getting chest hair, and that's fine. But then it starts creeping up your neck, and now like I have to shave like all the way down here.
He's very Italian.
And then but my arms aren't really hairy.
No, but it's dark. Compare. Like, look at my brother's arms next time.
Yeah, but there's way hairier, and my legs aren't like super hairy. But now it's like growing on my like the small of my back. And I like realized it was like what 2 years ago or something when we went on vacation and we're like go swimming, and I was like, what the hell is this? like I've got.
I don't want to say
it's just like, and then I was like, I think I need to go. What was her name?
Evelyn?
No.
Oh, Adina. Adina would take care of you. She's a friend
and
of
she
mine.
might wax other sensitive parts of me, or bleach certain areas of me.
Yeah. She's like, it's too much. Too much. Can't handle it.
I wonder what they talk to you about while they're bleaching your unmentionables.
I don't know, but I do remember talking to her about that. Because they're not bleaching the hair, though.
Yeah.
Bleaching the skin.
Oh, God. Normally a gorilla, yeah.
Signal ordinary pinball machine.
I think isn't there a Seinfeld episode about how Jerry just keeps on shaving and then he ends up with a shaved chest because he just keeps going down?
Yeah. 45.
Oh my God, Family Games. You're like, how do you get your chest so smooth? Can you show me, Graham? Hey, buddy.
Are you kind of a Nair guy, or?
I don't know, but then we were telling this to our parents, and he was like, well, if he really wants to buy your house, kind of like Burrs' Volcano, if the guy really wants to buy your game, just give him an outrageous price.
Yeah, sure.
So maybe we should just be like, yeah, give us $1 million, you can have our house.
But that's what I was saying. It was a special grand price. I'm all for a special grand price. I'm all for special grand treatment at this point.
Go more, yeah, $2 million. $4 million. And then we could buy a house with enough room for more pinballs.
And a whole compound and the full cult.
And the cult, and a bigger garden. And
All the things.
I did pick a cucumber today, only one. In case you were wondering. And I did eat a cucumber today.
Me too. So we're trying to keep the bin manageable. We got a lot of cucumbers.
Still, the tomatoes, I don't know what the tomatoes are
They're
doing.
taking forever. Did you see another one singular grape tomato is ready?
I did not see that.
Yes. And they're like, we have all kinds. They're just taking their sweet time to mature.
Okay, Minister of Finance Family Games agreed with selling the house for $2 million. And a room for birds, yeah.
Hell yeah. Graham's specialty. Oh.
But, you know, it's been super hot here, but then it's also been very smoky because there's some huge-ass fires going on in
There
Colorado.
are quite a few. The entire state is on fire. We are national priority #1 at the moment.
So it like smells smoky all the time. But it's, isn't it like super hot is tomato weather, right? Like that's what tomatoes want, right?
No, they got planted late, but I am really surprised they're taking so long to mature because I grow tomatoes every year, and they're of the 3. Though there's 4 tomato plants. Of the 4, 3 of them are cherry tomatoes, and 1 of them is a bush tomato. So that grows. It's a more compact plant because our garden isn't very big, but it grows like a regular size, like what you conventionally think of a tomato being.
Are they heirlooms?
No. But how are you, Bacons? Good to see you, Bacon Bud.
Welcome to the stream, Bacons. Let us know your grooming regimen. You're a shaver waxer.
They do take a lot of water, but I'm pretty sure like all vegetables do.
But she's got them on an automatic timer.
Yeah. I'm not really into the hand watering.
I actually like hand watering because it makes me feel intimately connected to my...
Yeah.
It's not as efficient.
Well, the thing is, I understand that for sure, but then like eventually I will have forgotten to do it for so long, and then I'm intimately connected to their death
Well,
and
that's why
their
you gotta do
brittle,
it every day.
yellow, yellow looks.
I don't know if you know, Bacon, just in case you want to announce yourself in the fun, cool way the next time you show up, you can always use the exclamation point chicken command.
That's right.
That's what it's there for. There you go.
He's checking in. He's checking in.
Then I just find my games. It's like, now you're never getting the house. It was really funny though. It was about 4 months ago, the last time he asked to buy the house, and I don't know if I understood him correctly or not. And he was like saying this, and I was like, well, what? Then he was asking about buying our house, and then I turned it around on him.
It was
And I
great.
said, well, I'd buy your house.
Yeah, well, I could just buy yours. I mean, if that's what
Checking in.
Welcome, Midheart. Happy Friday. Glad to have you with us. Be like, yeah, no, we'll buy your house.
Yeah.
How about we just buy your house?
He's like, well, no, I'd want to rent it. Yeah, no, I absolutely fucking understand what you want, Graham. That is the
that's what he
only thing
was.
I know is of what you want.
Because it was kind of confusing, because he's like, oh, I don't like having this renter and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll buy your house.
Such an ass.
Actually, if we owned both properties, we would be sitting pretty.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. Because then ultimately what you would do is just, it's sad
We'd
that you
sell it to some condo developer.
Yeah. Well, like our whole block is fucked though. So, typically...
Or we could develop them ourselves and make even more money.
No, we don't. We don't do that.
Time to
Um,
Street, except
That always makes me sad, but it's,
If you guys know any contractors.
yeah. There are much better specimens, you know, in the neighborhood. I don't think they could ever touch Clarkson just because they don't have the easements. So, alright, I should do...
Stevie B loves this machine. I'm glad you get to see it on Twitch here right now. It's been very mean to us tonight, though. My last game, I did finally get locked in the zone. Lost in the zone.
Lost.
unusual form.
That's interesting. I don't know if any of you guys, if any of you mortgage guys or mortgage holders out there, but I was actually gonna call our person and see if I should either, I'm on a 30-year right now, like refinance to a 15-year. I don't know if anyone's refinanced or, and Pez knew about this. I didn't even know the re-amortization of your loan. If you pay extra on your principal, there's this concept called re-amortization that can be really good. You keep the same interest rate, but you don't get like other costs. Toward the zoning, get lost in the mansion, basically. Yeah, rates are super low, and especially like on a 15-year. And it's like if I could manage to swing into a 15-year, it's like under 3%. What is that? I just need to call JG Wentworth. Well, that's nice of you, Pez. Pez says that he will let me take over his house payments and then he will still live in the house.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would never not do a fixed rate. I would never. I would always do a fixed rate. Let me put that in that sense. Yeah. Oh, well, there's a fun thing we can talk about. I mean, like the first property I bought, like the interest rate was 6.25%, and that was considered low at the time. So what's the most outrageous loan rate you have got, Chad? I remember seeing commercials in the 80s growing up, and it was like your car loans rate, they're like advertising it at like 13%. And like that was like normal in the 80s, like stagflation, whatever. So highest loan, permission granted to come aboard, by the way.
That's right. Oh,
Stevie B.
Thank you for the follow.
We're here every Wednesday and Friday if you want to see us, our pretty faces again.
Highest for beard is life is 4.3.
Wow.
Yep, that's nuts. Yeah, so, yep, 18% back in 1978. Yep, that makes sense. But the prices were also like a hell of a lot lower.
That's true.
Like way.
Yeah, like my parents'
lower.
house was like $50,000.
Yeah. And it wasn't a 30-year low.
I think it was.
Was it?
I want it back.
Wow.
This is one of the highest interest rate wins.
Way back when, Dean got a duplex with a friend, 40-year AMR 5-year fix. Sold it to move to Chicago to work for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The
Family gains refinance 5.5 down to 2.52. Shorted the mortgage 5 years. Nice. Oh, Stevie's in Australia.
Oh, more Australian.
Yeah, more future people. Love it. Good to see you.
I love the Aussies.
Yep.
Too bad we can't come visit you.
Nope.
Your country will not let Americans in.
Smart people.
I'm tired of winning. I don't know about you.
Well, I think,
But as an
I
American,
think the whole
I'm
world
tired
is
of
winning right now, so.
No, I also remember like before the Great Recession, and I don't even know what you call it, what we're in now. Like I was able to get like
We're still learning.
they had like online checking accounts that would give you like a 5% interest rate. Like, oh my god. Exactly, family games.
The most unusual camera.
78 for 36K, yeah. Yeah, no, our house sold for some ridiculous price in like the late 80s. I swear it was like $60,000. You still get 2% on your account? Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that was dumb. Why did I do that?
There was like ING had this online savings account. It was like 5%. It was like making 5%. What a time to be alive. In Ashley, welcome. In Saturday, it is also Saturday afternoon. I know.
Ooh.
New Zealand will double not let Americans
That's right.
into it. I heard they like locked down all of Auckland, I believe, because like one person got the Rona.
Yeah, but that's because they have like almost
Here in
no
America,
infection.
we just ship kids into high schools and say, what are you gonna do?
That's right.
What are you gonna do?
It is what it is.
One of the people must be suffering is the business casual retailers, because nobody's buying business casual clothing
Sweatpants are
anymore.
up. Sweatpants are up.
I haven't put on. Maybe next stream I'll suit up, because it's been a while. Maybe I should just go buy a suit.
Maybe so.
If we get
Can
like,
I consult?
you know, we'll do some proportion. Be like, oh, if we get like 500 bits, Paul will buy a suit.
Well, Lord Scotch gave us $15.
He did give me $15. That is well on my way to a new suit.
That's right.
What color suit could I get? I don't
Um,
have a gray.
Oh, I would like to see a dark gray.
A dark gray.
What about like like the not the full thing that you wore at our wedding, but that was a pretty nice suit. I like you in a 3-piece. I like a 3-piece. I mean, if you're gonna do it, that's what I want to see. I have good taste. I would like.
I'm
to
thinking
attend.
like a slate, but that's not as that's a lighter gray, right? A
No,
slate,
a slate is darker.
dark gray suit.
1 piece, please.
One piece.
It's gotta have footies.
No, I'm a fan of 3-piece. Is there a better? Where should I go to get it though? Like the last one I got, like it was for a wedding and I didn't have one, and I went to the Men's Warehouse. Is there like a better place to get a suit than the Men's Warehouse?
I don't know.
Are you ready? Feel lucky?
Yes, there are better places, says Burrs.
Like maybe I can find like a local like tailor or something.
Well, they like to make you.
I don't know. No.
No, I think that you could find
Where should I
something
get a
to
suit?
it altered. Let's find a local place.
No.
You know?
Oh, it found the Powerball finally.
A woman's warehouse. Isn't that like all stores? Right? The ladies section is always 3/4, and the men get a quarter of the store.
All right, we have a chance to get Powerball Mania jackpot. That is another.
Powerball does look like candy. It's
Do you know about our forbidden snacks? Have you seen that
I
subreddit?
do know about forbidden snacks. We are a Banana Republic outlet in Banana Republic. I didn't know they really did suits. But all of my favorite dresses are actually from here. They make a fine cocktail dress. Beard is light.
Wait!
You
Mark
get
it one!
Nice.
And so Lord Howard Hertz told me Mania jackpots are awarded in your bonus, right?
Yes, correct.
So, Mark it one. Thank God for freaking. The timers.
That's posting us. Oh, thank you so much.
The grace period. The grace period gods have blessed me once again. I've also heard you can't have a little bit of grace.
No. You can only be full of it. Stevie, this is, so this game we have on loan. We did a swap with a friend. She has our Lord of the Rings, so we have her Twilight Zone. And it's in pretty good shape.
It is, actually.
There's only a couple things, if you didn't notice yet. The proximity sensor that detects the Powerball, there are 2 on every Twilight Zone. The one that's lower down, like in the
Shooter
trough,
lane.
the trough of the shooter lane, that one doesn't work. So if you fail to return the Powerball up top, then if it gets kicked out into the shooter lane, then you need to put it in the piano or the camera to let it know, so it can recognize what's going on. So there's that, and we just need to get a new sensor for it.
And I think like they could probably use a Fripper rebuild. You looked at them today. I don't know how the coil stops are.
I didn't take anything apart because I wasn't really into getting into it. You know, there's 4 flippers and whatever. They do feel like, especially over the course of a 3-hour stream, they start to get a little slower. You can't backhand the right ramp, and I always really like to be able to do that on Twilight Zone, but it could be like a slight adjustment, raising the flippers like a little bit might help. And then, just taking apart the coils and look.
But the playfield itself is
It's
pretty good. Like the cabinet, I mean, it's got some wear and tear on it. There's some bumps and bruises, but I would say in general, this is. I don't know what if it was a stamp. What would it be? Like very good, mint, excellent. I'd say like very good. maybe even close to excellent for Twilight Zone. Like, you don't see too much fading. There's definitely not any, or at least obvious, like, where the playfield gets completely worn where you start seeing the wood.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's really good on that.
No mylar peeling. It does look good, for sure. Not playing it well, but it looks good. So that's all that matters.
That's true, mate, Howard. Yeah, do not tilt this game. How many pins do you guys have? We currently have 5 in the house. Yeah. Oh, you can't even see it. We could move the camera a little bit. So there's an Iron Man, Attack from Mars. Ooh, take that. Yeah, but we have Iron Man, Attack from Mars, Batman 66, Jackbot, and Twilight Zone. Only 2 of which are actually our games.
That's right.
Because we have swapped. Our Iron Man is currently swapped with another Colorado collector for our Walking Dead, and then our Addams family is swapped for the Jackpot. We have 5 games.
Lunchbox. Yeah, P's here. He's got his hot dog.
Get that camera. Well, and I was actually thinking, like, what game should we get next? Like, I don't know if we would have to sell one or if we actually went
El Dorado.
back up to 6.
I want an El Dorado.
Like, what game do you guys want to see on a regular rotation? More system, yeah. Some diner, some Funhouse is out of the question. I know Snow does not want Funhouse. Taxi. Roadshow. I think Roadshow's off the list too because the Red and Ted, even though we have exclamation point Friday calling out to Roadshow, the whole Red and Ted are so freaky, man. I don't want to like be stumbling through the pinball room in the middle of the night with the lights off. And I'm like, did Red and Ted's eyes just open? Are they coming for me? Though, I guess if you got, like, there's a lot to do in Roadshow. Let's not get it. Where's that MG McPhilly guy who'd be like, get Ripley's back? And I guess everybody's got turtles now. When I was on my break, it was like, there was like 8 pinball streams going, 5 of them were turtles. Tales of the Arabian Night? I don't know. I don't know if Snow would want that one. I don't know what Snow would want. I guess she said El Dorado. I would like to have an EM. Because we don't have an EM. I kind of wish we still had our Barracuda. We had a Barracuda for a while, and like we didn't have space for it, and we sold it. That's kind of one of my bigger regrets in life. Hot Wheels? Ooh. Ooh. Maybe.
No Hot Wheels.
Snow just vetoed Hot Wheels.
I don't like Tails. I'm not a big Pop of it fan. I think World Cup Soccer's alright, but I would like to get some EMs or some solid states. Barracuda is a phenomenal game.
What about Taxi?
I wouldn't mind it for a little bit.
Straightforward, right?
I wouldn't mind it for a little bit, but it doesn't have like a terribly unique layout.
Yeah.
And so, you know, but in terms of games that I'd like to have in the house, but quick turnover, right? Because it's okay to have quick turnover. I'd love to have, for the EM, this wouldn't be quick turnover, but Gottlieb Atlantis. I'd also, the quick turnover one, Bally Atlantis. Wouldn't be bad.
A Flight 2000.
Gamatron, I'd prefer Gamatron.
I mean, I would, if we could have a 9-ball in the house for a while, that would be super. Where's Donovan's 9-ball?
I've played a lot of 9-ball.
What about Stars?
I would, yeah, Stars for sure. I would do that, Paragon, Embryon. Paragon's better.
Pinball Magic versus Magic City versus...
Pinball Magic is better. I would have that one. It's like the best Capcom game.
Space Time.
Space Time is great. I've played a lot of Space Time.
That's the one with the Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I have played a lot of
High
them.
Speed, Joker Poker, Alien Poker, Laser Cube, Black Hole, Mousing Around, Fast Break would actually be kind of fun. Who's got a... I don't know. It's like, has anyone ever streamed a Fast Break? Like,
I'm sure.
Fast Break.
I've played quite a bit.
Fast Break.
Fast Break.
Future
Black
Spa.
Hole would be cool, but it would be good for if we had a larger collection. Unfortunately, that's not something we could hold on to too long. Same thing with Centaur. Centaur is actually like my favorite art package. But I've played a lot of Centaur.
It's just different than Space Invaders, even though they look kind of...
Centaur's better.
But they're both that monochromatic.
That's true.
Dean said Earthshaker.
Earthshaker.
And Lord Scott says JJ has 2 Hot Wheels available for sale. Family Ants also mentioned Firepower and Space Shuttle. We did do a Space Station stream once.
We did. I like yeah. Oh, what am I doing?
Well, thanks for stopping by, CB. Hope to see you again.
Bye.
And then enjoy your Fast Break in Brisbane. The best thing about Fast Break was when it was in some tournament that Snow was going to, and so she was like studying all the trivia of 1993 NBA.
Dead left
facts.
shrimp. That's an answer. That's one of like the 21 answers or however many. Anyone who subscribes to Pin Pals will have access to all of the answers to that machine. Super slot. Oh my yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, Bacon. Yeah, the only time I've played hooked up Fast Breaks was at Pinburg like a year and a half ago, but it was so stupid because one of the games was like the flippers were so much stronger than the others.
Yeah, that always happens. I mean, it's the same thing when you do like head-to-head tournaments,
Yeah.
you know? Which is why every other objective or every other game, you're gonna have to do like a best of, and you switch machines. Right?
Yeah, it was because the guy on the left could never win. I remember I played against Chris NTR, and like he was like, yeah. Medieval Man is also from SCX Pinball. I know that like Snow's played a lot of Medieval Madness. I would actually enjoy having original Medieval Madness in the house at least for a while, but I don't know. I mean, but that's the whole thing. It comes down to more space, right? Like
We
just
need more.
need more
Yeah,
space.
I mean that's really you just said that. That is really the thing. It is very true. We tend to have longer players in the house because we have limited space. So you sort of want to keep it for a while, and with I mean we're already playing pretty shitty Twilight Zone, or at least I am. So imagine if this was Paragon. It's really quick games, you know. So like going to Valinor and getting all of
Right.
the things, you know, Last Man Standing or whatever, is a better pursuit in a small collection, But then I miss the variety. Like I think we both really appreciate all of the different eras. So if we had more space, then that would be wonderful. I'd also love to have like a better inventory or a better changing, like 1 or 2 machines that are just here quickly. You know, like we purchase on Craigslist or wherever,
and then just flip them.
and sell them. Like it's not trying to do anything more than
Right.
like
And then
have
we
a
have,
hard bodies for a little bit.
and then we also have Pez's pinball moving service to help us.
That's right.
So-
Because he totally volunteered to do that. All right, this might be my last game. Is that okay? Because I'm kind of like
Sure.
into eating that awesome food you got. over
Yeah. Okay, we'll call this last game. So Pez, if you're gonna go, or if you're streaming tonight, let us know. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not followed the stream already, please do so.
You totally should.
We stream every Wednesday and Friday. Next game we play is probably gonna be Batman 66.
Oh, I thought I could do it.
I know, family games. We should buy Graham's house.
I know. Just because he's the worst.
I've got some sushi to eat.
Yeah. It's gonna be so good. I've got all that mochi. Oh my god. Plus, you guys don't want to watch.
Good night, birds. I know. I've got some spicy tuna coming my way.
Oh! Good God.
But Pinball Princess, it wouldn't even need to have fish in it. Basically, if I can just mix wasabi and soy sauce, like, I'd put that on an exclamation point hot dog. Yeah, fuck Graham.
Yeah, fuck Graham. That should be a band. Should be just an idiot sun tanning. No towel.
You're into the
lawn
yellowtail?
chair.
Not our hot dogs!
There's
With a
gotta be
cigar.
somebody makes a wasabi hot dog. I mean,
Of course they do.
wasabi is of course just horseradish dyed green in the States, but. Alright, later CNK, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, bye. Bye, dude.
I know, no. Brodown hasn't happened in a while, so she can't get to 11:14.
No, but that's actually a good movie. I'm supposed to watch it.
Required review.
I've gotten really into audiobooks. There's that. That's a thing.
Oh, and sports-wise, I don't know,
Actually, don't
Snow, I don't know if you saw, but the Avs are now up 2-0. So the Avs only need to win 14 more games to win the Stanley Cup. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, go Avs, go.
Yes, there we go.
It's so sad, like, if the Avs actually make it to the Stanley Cup, and if it was non-COVID times, like, I'd be like, hey, Pez, let's figure out a way to, like, go on StubHub and buy some fucking Stanley Cup tickets. I don't know if he'd be down with that, but maybe we could figure out something. I mean, that's like a one-in-a-lifetime experience to watch your local sports ball team be in the Stanley Cup. I don't know what, like, my upper limit would be for a Stanley Cup ticket. Pez, I don't know what yours would be.
You'd have to sell 2 machines. You'd have to
Right?
sell
Like-
Magic
like,
City.
how much would the ticket be? Would it be like $1,000 a seat?
Is that is that with the COVID discount?
Well, you can't.
They wouldn't do it?
No. So hockey is only being played in Edmonton.
No,
and
I
Toronto
know, but when is the Stanley Cup?
in like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
4
Oh,
weeks.
never mind.
Yeah.
I sort of thought maybe it was.
And there's
in
not going to be
February.
anybody in the
No,
stands.
of course not. Yeah.
But it's like, what if they win it, and then they never get there again? And if it was a normal year, and they were playing down at the Can,
Yes.
that's what they call the Pepsi Center, the Can. Like what would I be willing to pay to go watch a Stanley Cup Finals game with my local
AMC
team?
theater prices are 15 cents for movies, so Stanley Cup tickets are easily $2.
Wow. I think I got $2.
If not, my treat.
1, 2, boom. Let me in. Whoa, 300.
He still has a 6. He
What?
still has that $6. He's referring to a very specific amount of $6.
He mentioned it earlier, and I was like, I think I'm missing something.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Pez. Remind me.
Wow, I did not know that AMC is opening movie theaters next week for 15 cents a ticket. Plus free COVID popcorn. Oh, it's the price that he offered George for Star Trek when
Oh,
you
when he
guys were
was. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Yeah.
Fillmore would pay $2,000 for Game 7 of a Cubs final.
Yeah, like when Pez was like $300, that doesn't actually seem that much to me to go see like a stamp.
Didn't you say that was at the very, very top?
Yeah, but even if you're in the top row at the Pepsi Center, it's not that bad.
Pez is agreeing.
I would totally pay $300 to sit in the
Well,
top
yeah.
row at a Stanley Cup final. Just the atmosphere.
You look depressed. Are you depressed? You look depressed.
Because it might seem ridiculous, but it'd be like, I could, for the rest of my life, I would be like, I could tell people this story. I was like, yeah, I saw a Stanley Cup game.
Family Games prefers watching hockey from higher up.
Yeah, no, my brother lives in Buffalo, and his birthday's right around Thanksgiving, and we'd go visit him, and I'd always get us games or tickets to the Sabres.
Oh, yes.
And the first year I did it, I got us like first row tickets, you know, like right on the glass, and we were like, this actually sucks. So now we would always get it like still in the lower bowl, but like 20 rows up,
Yeah.
as close to the center as possible. Yeah, front row seats in a hockey game, not the best. Poor Sabres, I know. We did it like 6 years in a row, and I think they only won once. And like Buffalo's so into them. Well, I understand that too, Lord Scotch. Like there was a couple of years ago when the Nuggets were in the playoffs, and like I think going to an NBA playoff game, like the experience could be amazing, but then if your team just gets blown out, it would suck. But like if you're in a playoff or finals game and your team actually wins, I guess you'd be telling your grandkids about that one. But that's why I didn't actually buy the basketball tickets, because I was like, and eventually the Nuggets did lose. So I was glad I didn't spend the money. There's a lot of awesome unhealthy food to eat in Buffalo. I'll tell you that much. And their food places are open till 4 in the morning, and you can get a
Buffalo.
chicken finger buffalo sandwich. It's pretty good. They actually do have some cool parks though, because like Buffalo was designed by the guy who did like Central Park. Lopez. Exactly, family games. Yeah, if you're by the glass, you can't see anything. It's only pinball. Man, I loved all these game suggestions, though. Someone was saying TNA. I don't know if would you want it?
I think that TNA is really fun for a group.
You know.
I would like to have a TNA for a bit, for sure.
But it's like what George does. It's like this ability to be more dynamic in your pinball collection, right? And be like, get this game, like, and if we had space and the transportation to be able to be, like, some game shows up on Craigslist, we just buy it, whatever, just resell it, or keep it, or that'd be really cool. But we don't have that space.
No, but we are sort of looking.
Sort of.
We're sort of looking.
Now I keep telling her, let's just move to Ohio.
No.
We could buy 5 houses.
No. Not in anywhere desirable.
I was like, let's move to Wyoming.
No, never. Good God.
You can see the blood up close. That is true, Tina. Yeah, Snow does not want to move to Wyoming.
He doesn't know what he's saying.
Did you ever stream Baywatch ever?
No, but I love Baywatch. So that's
Yeah, no,
one for
Baywatch is a
sure,
good game.
with a color DMD.
Yeah, Kevin up at Lions used to have a beautiful Baywatch with the whole color DMD.
And those
game.
awful titles. Like Bowman.
Tales from the Crypt, as long as it doesn't have LED flashers.
Yeah, any of
Might
the
be
daddies
fun.
and his god awful flashes.
Because all I can think about is at 3-Up, they had that Tales of the Crypt,
With the flashes.
and it would just blind you.
Yeah.
With the
it's
LED
same thing
flashers.
with that stupid data Star Wars at 2-Up. Like, if you're local and whenever we have tournaments again, and if we get matched up on it, you've won. You've won before we press start because I'm just pissed about it.
Maybe you need those yellow hunter's glasses to help you.
Dude, you need like blackout glasses except for the times that they don't come on. It's awful.
Put on your like welding mask.
Right? Champion Pub is like, it's interesting, but it would drive me crazy because there's a lot of non-pinball going on in Champion Pub.
But the jump rope toy is like kind of the coolest thing ever.
Right, that's not pinball though.
The only ones I've played have not played well, but like the idea of like getting through the prize fights.
I like
kind of
being able
intrigues me.
to lose all of my points on a gamble.
Because the only one I remember playing a lot, there was that one at Arapahoe Lanes. Which is like,
Yeah.
it's a dance game.
Well,
That's actually an emote on Twitch.
dance game?
Dance game. Can we get a dance game in chat?
What is a dance game?
Do they know it?
Doesn't it go all the way up to...
Well, I'll type it if they
Here. I don't know. Match. Sweet.
That's Dan's game emote.
Oh, that makes sense. What does that mean?
I assume Dan was originally one of the original Justin TV Twitch users,
Okay.
and then
And
that's his-
is Dan's game like good or does it suck?
No, look at his face. Like it's like you're like when something's like awful, you make a dance
Oh,
game.
because you know,
He's
they're,
like,
they're so
"Ugh."
small. It's really hard to tell what emotion they're expressing.
Wow.
I like the thing that I see is like how poorly cut out it is. Seeing all the pixels.
Laser Q, Alien Poker. Alien Poker's Ryan had the Alien Poker, right? Yeah, I know that one.
Yep, that's not bad for a little bit.
I actually
Yeah,
rolled
but-
Dolly Parton at Pinburg 3 years ago.
There you go.
Whirlwind, yeah, maybe Whirlwind. I don't know what Snow feels about that. I mean, all of these games I would love to have for a small amount of time.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Like
thing.
some sort of a more dynamic collection.
Sure. I guess I just have a lot of experience on most of the Williams Bally's, although I would love to have a Frontier, and Stearns, right? So I'd like to explore some.
That was my Frontier and Crush It, in case you were
I
wondering.
know, it was very good. I'd like to explore some Gottlieb's. You know, that's it's probably where I'm really lacking, would be in Gottlieb experience.
I think I don't think any dedicated arcade is open in
There's
Colorado, but is
some brewery
Wonderland
places.
still open?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some brew pubs that serve food that can follow the health guidelines to be open.
Yeah.
But like dedicated pinball arcades aren't open, and the 1-Ups are not open.
Nope.
So.
Pinball Jones and Fort Collins are so.
Oh yeah, Fort Collins Pinball. Well, how do they do it? Because it's just a pinball arcade.
I don't know. Basically, because in other times I maintain the Colorado Pinball website and maintain the calendar of events, both like IFPA events and non-IFPA events, and publish that on the calendar. And then I try to make like a blog post about any like annuals or one-offs and weird stuff. But I've basically been taking the stance that I'm not promoting any of it, just because, just check your local jurisdictions. And I basically don't want to be promoting COVID parties because there are bars and pubs that are operating, and I don't know what's legal and what's not legal where in the state. And I'm not trying to out anybody or trying to drive traffic to any place, which means that once I make that call, I also can't really in good conscience promote anything that is I just don't want to. So I don't know. Basically until.
Well, Lord Scotch is saying Manitou Springs arcade is open.
Yeah, and that's not even like attended or anything. It's not a. That place is really unique.
Well, and it's
that-
outside or
Sort of.
quasi outside, which is a different thing.
That's an outlier because there's not like a lot of places like that, you know.
But check your local listings, I guess is
Yeah.
what we will say.
Yeah. If you really need to know something, you can text me or get a hold of me personally and I'll tell you what I know. But I just don't I don't want to take a position on anything, you know? So I'm not. And I stay home.
Brave.
And yeah, that's right. So brave. I'm bravely staying out of it.
50% capacity. Yeah, I assume there must be some sort of capacity. No, the Manitou thing, it has outdoor. Well, it's not outdoor, but it's like open air.
Sort of. It's just, well, it's open air in the sense that it's a building with their front door open.
Well, wait, in the center part, it's very open.
Those are just the walkways, though. Like
And
everything's
some
up-
places are very like just cavernous, like where
Yeah.
Hello, what's all
the
this
Bobby
then?
Orr one is.
Chris, what?
We're saying goodbye, Chris. How dare you show up?
like
No,
a-
welcome. Glad to have you with
I
us.
made it.
We missed so many great conversations about hating Graham, 90s music, and what
My-
pinball we should get next.
And my armpit. The
And
mystery.
Snow's one
Left.
dry armpit and elbow.
Remember how my left elbow is drier than my right? Like chronically? All of a sudden my left armpit sucks up deodorant as though I never applied it 3 times in a row till I start to think I'm going insane.
She
So-
really knows how to get a guy going.
Where did it go?
But we're gonna eat some Japanese food, and we're gonna send you guys off to Paz. So,
Yeah, oh.
shall we say goodbye?
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Boys
Oh,
and girls.
and we talked a bunch of shit about Graham.
Yeah,
you missed
fuck
that.
Graham.
Combat Nugs, thank you for hanging out. Yes, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pinballers from around the world, thank you for watching this August 14th, 2020 edition of the Colorado Pinball Collective. It's coming at you live from 5,280 feet above sea level here in the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. We will be back on Wednesday. Just 5 days. 5 days. Mark your calendars. We will probably be streaming the Batman 66. That will get Snow all excited because that's like her favorite thing in the world to play. If you have not hit that follow button, do so now. If you're feeling saucy, hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it so much. If you hate our neighbor Graham, hit that follow button as well.
Yeah,
we would
fuck
really
Graham.
appreciate that.
He's the worst.
As this is known as the Pez Johnson pre-show,
That's right.
we're going to send you
Hi.
over to Pez. I think he is playing Batman tonight. I think that's what I saw. But
Graham the ham.
Graham the
Because,
Ham.
you know, it's the last part.
That is true.
I know.
So you guys take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. We will see you soon. Like I said, smash that follow, do whatever, and
Bye, guys.
bye.
Thanks
for
for
hanging
watching.
out. Bye. Brave. Wait, go to thank you.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Not an ordinary game or an ordinary player. Things are not what they first appear. This clock is worth millions. Beyond this door is a dimension of sight.
Don't touch the door.
It seems that one of life's payoffs is ahead.